Thank you all for allowing me to join you today. I really appreciate the opportunity to celebrate your great accomplishments with you. And graduating from college, as you know, is a big deal. It's admirable triumph that took many years of dedication, support, perseverance to achieve. And I commend you, as well as your parents and family support that helped you get there. Also want to thank Chairman Sanford Bishop and Congresswoman Alma Adams, both champions of HBCUs, for joining us this morning, along with President Abdullah of Virginia State University for joining us to celebrate your accomplishments, and they'll look forward to speaking with you shortly. But obviously, this is not how you all or we all wanted to graduate, but there isn't some grand ceremony with you walking across an aisle with friends, family, peers, and support network. But as you know, in today's current events, we're also mourning the tragic death of George Floyd and experiencing a moment of collective loss as a country. And it's hard out there. But President John F. Kennedy, I think, in his acceptance speech for the nomination back in 1960, I think used a quote that we all should keep in mind. He said, "We're not here to curse the darkness, but to light a candle that can guide us through the darkness to a safe and a sane place and a safe future." And I think your education has given you the ability, has lit that candle for you, but it's your choice to brighten that world and take that candle where light is needed. We cannot stand for the things in the system that happened to George Floyd, while at the same time we cannot stand for our constitutional right of peaceful protest to be overtaken by anarchists who just want to create destruction. In Ephesians 4, we're admonished, let each one of you speak truth to his neighbor, for we're all members one of another, all created in God's image, and do not sin by letting anger control you. You've been educated to go into the public squares, and you have the ability to lead community discussions to make a difference. You have the power now to make a positive change, one community at a time, but it will take courage, because calm voices are always criticized in chaos, but it is those calm and steady voices that will lead us to a better day, and you're now equipped to do that. These challenging circumstances do not take away from what you've accomplished. You will always have your education, the relationships that you've developed during your college years, the hard lessons you've learned, but also the joys of friendship and memories you will cherish throughout your life. These uncertain times are just a few of the different challenges that you will face in your life, and perseverance is the key. There are people who will try to drag you down always with talk of hopelessness and despair and the woe is me as attitude, but don't listen to them. You're better than that. Take heed from the graduating classes in the past who took charge to solve the problems of their day. In 1941, graduates weren't celebrating like in peacetime or getting high-paying jobs in the private sector. They were signing up to serve in our armed forces to defeat Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan. Winston Churchill, British Prime Minister and leader of England during the Second World War, faced a challenge more difficult and unfathomable than even we're facing today: total annihilation and domination of his people from a foreign power. But he took the reins and led. During the Battle of France, with disheartening surrender of Allied forces at Dunkirk, and complete domination of Western Europe by Germany, Churchill gave 3 rousing, famous speeches to rally the brave men and women of Britain to fight again tomorrow. In the House of Commons in June of 1940, Churchill vowed to fight on. He said, if we go on to the end, we shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and the oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. Shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets, and we shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. It's easy to underestimate the gravity of the speech. Britain was in the final frontier of the West to stop Nazi Germany and was faced with imminent invasion by enemy forces, something that had not been considered since Napoleon. For a year following, London was bombed daily. Politicians were calling for surrender. But when times are tough, you fight for your way of life, what you believe in for your family and your friends and your country. A year later, Churchill visited Harrow School during the final dark days of the Battle of Britain, where London was the target of daily bomb runs from Germany. And the youth in London were even evacuated to the north to ensure the next generation survived the war. Faced again with dawning adversity and controversy at home, the darkest days of his country ever lived, Churchill commanded, "Surely from this period of 10 months, this is the lesson. Never give in. Never give in. Never, never, never. In nothing great or small, large or petty, never get in except to the conviction of honor and good sense. Never yield to force. Never yield to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy." These words not only pertain to wartime, these experiences that you are living through right now and how you act in the present will shape you into the person you become and the people of how people will remember you. Your strength in the face of adversity builds your character and molds who you are as a person. There are a lot of people who will tell you you can't do something. You have the power to change and determine your own destiny. Things are really hard right now, and while it looks daunting, there's nothing you can't do if you do believe in yourself and your cause. I'm delighted, as Mike and Jackie have told me, that many of you will be joining our team here at USDA for promising careers there. Just look back 10, 20, 30 years ago, the agricultural industry was so different. With new inventions and tools like the internet, we've become even more productive. Now this has brought new challenges in our abundance that will need to be solved. But I've got faith that we will solve them because I have faith in you, our younger generation, to make a better world. You're the next generation of leaders in agriculture and in America. What we've learned and will learn from this pandemic and the current protests is what will make us more productive, more innovative, more successful. And America is at its best when it's tested. You're the generation who will be doing the innovating, creating, making America a better place for your children and grandchildren. Life is all about change and challenges, and as humans, we are averse to both, frankly. The sooner you're able to adapt and overcome, the better positioned you are to succeed. We cannot predict the challenges, and we also can't predict the blessings. We must all be flexible and ready to adapt and have faith and belief in ourselves that we can overcome. You've been blessed with your education, and I can't wait to see the blessings you will receive and all the good work you will accomplish in the years ahead by being blessings to others. Thank you for allowing me to join you today. God bless each of you, and congratulations to this great class of 2020.